was fascinated that all of the social media has been spruiking the massive rise in clearance rates, all the first-time buyers piling in, etc. But the truth is, Edwin, the truth is, if you look carefully, things are not actually that flash. And this particular item, really, you can't make this up, can you? Australians are poorer now than they were before COVID, as Labour makes political choices to pour billions into the net zero pursuits, etc., etc. But that's not really the full story. Maybe we should start building houses out of mud and bricks, and local materials and stuff like that. Edwin, maybe that's the solution to our problem. What do you think?
Oh, look, the Incas had it down pat, right? And so do a lot of tribes out in Africa. Mud bricks is the go. So maybe that's where we're gonna do the full circle. Uh, yeah, we don't know why ancient societies collapsed, and maybe this was one of the reasons that we just gone the full circle again.
Well, it
And we're
could.
back to
Yeah, it
go
could.
ahead.
It could well be. It seems to. And I published some research over the weekend, specifically on the issue of what households were actually feeling and doing from a cash flow perspective, because of course it's very different. You can have the auction listings up. Sydney's at 72.1% and Melbourne's at 70.1%. And they're sort of spruiking away like mad on that. But when I look at the real information from my real households, I get a very, very different story from what is actually going on. In fact, I made a show called Time for Some Home Truths, maybe. And, maybe we should be looking a bit more hard at where households really are. In fact, my surveys show that there are a lot of people who are in difficulty. I called it the property pickle, despite the fact that, of course, everyone's been spruiking this. There's something really gone wrong, quite badly wrong, with the gap between all of this highfalutin talk from the social media and from the big media companies and the property companies. All this 5% stuff, and hey, it's great, and reality. And I feel as though we're actually in a bit of a sort of an Alice in Wonderland situation.